Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. I'm Chris Bartgorn, and today we are going to be giving our thoughts on the new Beatles song, Now and Then, which is being currently purported to be the last Beatles song. So I actually haven't listened to this song yet, and neither has Ben or Matthew, but I believe Santiago has. So today with me I have Ben,
Grow old along with me. The best is yet to be.
Matthew,
How does it feel to treat me like you do?
and Santiago.
Hello, hello.
Alright, so as I was saying, I haven't heard the song yet, neither has Ben or Matthew, but Santiago has. Santiago, you want to give us any sort of teaser here before we go listen to it?
Uh, no, you know what? Just go and listen to it. I don't want to give any detail or spoiler. I think it's fair to just go as blind as possible so you can get a nice surprise, I will say.
Alright, well, you all heard the man. We've got to go listen to it now, and we'll be right back. Alright, we've all just gone and listened to Now and Then, so now we're going to give our thoughts on it. Usually I let everyone else go ahead of me, but today I'm going to mix things up a little bit and kind of give my initial just kind of analysis of the song. Um, my initial analysis of the song is this mostly sounds like a John Lennon, I think, solo song, probably circa Double Fantasy in terms of how his vocal sounds, is what I think. I don't know when exactly the demo they used for this song was originally from, but it kind of has similar vibes to that. Um, I thought it was pretty good. The lyrics were pretty good. His vocals pretty good. The sound quality sounds better than it did on Real Love or Free as a Bird from Anthology. I know people have talked about AI being used in the making of this song. There's been quite a bit of debate. I know it's been kind of a controversial thing in the fan base, but the sound quality, the mixing of the vocal does sound better than it did on the new songs from Anthology, I think, just from a fidelity standpoint. Um, of, so yeah, as for the rest of the music, I felt like really Paul and Wingo didn't feel super really present in that song. Like it felt like I could really, other than John, the main Beatle, who really felt like he was really there was George, which I guess probably makes sense that Paul and Wingo being here still alive today probably deliberately left it that way in some ways and didn't want to seem like they were overshadowing parts that George and John had did before they passed away. But really, the main thing I noticed in the instrumentation was George's guitar, as well as some kind of orchestral sounding backing, which I'm assuming is probably trying to sound like George Martin's kind of production style, although I know Jeff Lynne is listed as a producer on this, so he may also be kind of partly responsible for that. Although I don't know, he may only be listed there because of the parts of it that were made during Anthology. I'm not sure. Um, so yeah, that's basically my initial thoughts. I'll give more thoughts on the overall, I think, quality once the you all speak, but that's just kind of my initial analysis. Ben, what are your thoughts?
I felt like I was getting quite a bit of Paul. Well, number one, on the topic of AI, is my understanding that it's not like AI created any of this. It's just that AI was like advancements in artificial
Yeah,
intelligence, which, artificial intelligence has existed for a very long time. It's just recently we've been like, oh, AI, it's this new thing. But like obviously not like from people that play video games in here, like you all already know that. You already know better than that. Like there has been a new wave of AI recently. Like people have recently shifted from thinking of AI in the real world as being like just like computer intelligence to being like this thing that's creating stuff. But and there's been a lot of controversies around that. But those controversies have nothing to do with this, in my opinion. Um, the AI here is just like a computer software that has like improved since the 90s to like clean up for audio and like pick out parts of John's track, is my understanding. Now it's like a neural network, so it is more like these more recent AI things in that regard, but it's still just acting as like an isolating tracks instrument. It's just an audio like software. So that's number one. Number two, the production did feel pretty Paul McCartney to me in many ways. Just like the way it was all put together, just felt more Paul McCartney to me. With like the orchestration and stuff, that feels like a Paul idea to me. Um, so that's my thought on that.
All right, Matthew, what are your thoughts?
I thought it was pretty decent. I could probably hear the AI part sounded a bit. The part sounded a bit like kind of an AI did it, like the vocal. I think that was John doing the vocals, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it sounded a bit didn't sound like actual John um doing it, but he's spoiler, he hasn't been alive for 40 years, so you're not going to get something unless like with the demos and stuff. But overall I think it was pretty decent. It it kind of does seem more like the John Lennon non-Beatles songs, but I thought it was pretty decent.
All right, now Santiago, I know you already have your thoughts on this song. So go ahead.
Yeah, like don't misunderstand this part of AI. Like AI, what did was you isolate John's voice from the piano from the demo, so it could be here more clear. Because this was the problem back in the 90s with Anthology. They tried to work on this song, but George said that it wouldn't work because the quality, I guess, was very poor quality of sound of audio. Because also, yeah, like the piano was kind of over, overshadow the Jones voice, you know, like it was apparently a little bit hard to hear, and as well there was other noises in the background. So what finally they did was to use this technology that they use in the latest Get Back documentary. In fact, they use this same technology to make to revisit now and then, so it can finally be heard clearer and with better sound quality. That's what pretty much did AI here, thanks to of course Peter Jackson, director of Hobbit. So uh, yeah, like I can see, I can feel this a little bit about what Matthew said with the AI. Like you can hear a little bit this thing that I guess the beating of this is a little bit noticeable, but very subtle, I would say. But it's not really a big issue. Uh, I really did like this song. It's not, of course, like their greatest hits back in the '60s with the Beatles, but I will feel this song feels like I will place it like a late Beatles song, and I really love how how it feels like they are coming together again indirectly, and I just love hearing Paul's voice, like el- like old Paul voice over 17th John's voice, which makes it uh, surreal somehow hearing them both singing, but from different times apart, and it's something even that I would say beautiful. Uh, I could also notice very well here Ringo's drums. Actually, I feel I could, yeah, I did enjoy the drums here. Ringo was being very solid here, I will say. I don't know about George, honestly. He was playing, I think, rhythm guitar. No, no, no. Oh, yeah. Can someone please confirm this? Was it rhythm guitar he was playing? I don't know that. But Paul did. I also like that Paul actually honored George with a slide guitar in the solo guitar part of the song. He like I knew this previously. I actually read this that read this that Paul was did he did the guitar like George will do like in honor of him. But I was like hesitant that this will be if this will sound good, like if this will really sound like something George from George Harrison. And actually, it did not disappoint. It didn't.
Yeah, well,
I really like.
I'll say, I assume that was George. I haven't read up on all the lore, I guess, like Santiago has, so I just kind of assumed that was George.
Yeah, it was actually Paul McCartney who did the slide guitar in honor of George, which is pretty cool detail there. Also, I really love that they used a fragment from Because Abbey Road song in in the very like at the end of the song, like you can hear a little bit from Because, and I feel it really matches the vibe and atmosphere of this song. So it was a good pick to include here because I also heard that they will add here, there, and everywhere, but apparently I didn't notice it at all. Maybe it wasn't at all, but that's according the rumors or something. But yeah, the only song I could hear was Because. Yeah, overall, it was a great song. I would say it's a solid song, and I'm really happy that the Beatles are somehow back with a new song in this era, giving like a nice, uh, how I would say it, like a breath of fresh air from the from the 60s to the modern industry. Because I also feel honestly there's something that it feels modern in this song. Like it's not I will not say it's something it's like a modern song like Imagine Dragons, of course I will not compare that. But we also feel like keeping the modern essence and yet the 60s, the late Beatles. Like it's a song that holds very well to the modern panorama of music industry.
Alright, well, Santiago clearly loves this song, which I already knew because he's been hyped all day for this. Um, yeah, I liked it. I certainly liked it better than Real Love from Anthology. I do like Freezer Board. I guess I haven't really decided from a songwriting perspective of this Freezer Board's better. I think the production on Now and Then is better though. As I said earlier. I felt it was pretty good, but I guess it was somewhat always of a skeptic in me about, you know, do we ever really need anything more from them? I mean, this was kind of cobbled together, especially without John's involvement really at all, other than him making the demo, but that wasn't what he ever really intended to happen for it. Um, Not trying to diss him or anything, but I was just saying, I do at times kind of have to think, well, it's nice, it's good for what it is, but at the same time, it's not the same as like an original core sort of port of their discography. So, but yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty nice for what it is. It's a good song. So yeah, uh,
It's basically like a song dedicated to the Beatles from the Beatles. You know,
He's
like
your boy
it's
in some way.
indirectly a song, a Beatles song, indirectly a Beatles song, because at the end of the day, you see every member of the band was involved in this song. So that basically we'll consider it a Beatles song, even though they didn't work all together. So it's, yeah, like indirectly a Beatles song.
Alright. Ben, Matthew, you all have anything else you want to share before we go?
That was a pretty good song. Its production was pretty good, though. As I said, it did seem kind of like a Paul McCartney style production. But yeah, it was a pretty good song, pretty solid, in my opinion. I enjoyed it.
Same. I have nothing else to add.
Alright, well, that's it for today's episode, or, well, video. Thank you all for watching, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed this kind of look. We don't really do this sort of thing that often where we give sort of our initial thoughts on a new song, but we did today, so let us know if you liked this sort of style of video. Please like and subscribe, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you.